Gilbert and the Halloween parade. Halloween had arrived in the little town, and the streets glowed with lanterns, costumes, and cheerful laughter. Children dressed as witches, wizards, cats, and superheroes paraded down the main street carrying candy buckets. Gilbert floated just above them, his round glow shimmering like a lantern of his own. He loved Halloween not because of the spooky costumes, but because it was the one night he could float in plain sight. Everyone thought he was part of the parade. A group of children tugged on their wagon, which was carrying a giant pumpkin, but the pumpkin was so heavy the wagon squeaked and tipped. "Oh no, it's stuck," they cried. Gilbert swooped down and gave a gentle push. The wagon rolled smoothly again. The children cheered. "Our pumpkin float is saved." As he drifted along, Gilbert noticed a little boy in a ghost costume. The sheet had slipped, and the boy kept tripping over it. Gilbert floated down, lifted the sheet lightly, and tied it into a neat knot. The boy laughed. "Thanks, friendly ghost." At the end of the parade, everyone gathered in the square for treats and games. The mayor smiled at the crowd. This year's Halloween parade was the brightest ever. Up above, Gilbert glowed happily. For once, he didn't have to hide. Everyone waved at him, thinking he was just another trick-or-treater. But Lucy, his best friend, knew better. She whispered, "Happy Halloween, Gilbert." Gilbert's cheeks glowed brighter than every lantern in town. Gilbert and the Christmas star. The little town sparkled with twinkling lights and snowflakes. Families bustled about, carrying presents and humming carols. In the square stood a tall Christmas tree, but at the very top, the star was missing. "Oh dear," said the mayor. "We can't find the star anywhere." The children frowned. The tree didn't look finished without its shining topper. Gilbert floated nearby, watching. He wanted to help. He drifted into the chilly night sky, searching through snowy rooftops and frosty windows. Finally, he spotted the star, tucked in a box behind the stage. It must have been forgotten. Carefully, Gilbert lifted it with his wispy hands and carried it high above the tree. With one gentle push, he set it neatly on top. The star twinkled brighter than ever. Gasps of joy filled the square. "It's beautiful," the children cried. But then something magical happened. The star seemed to glow even brighter, shimmering with a soft, round light that looked a little like Gilbert's own glow. Lucy, Gilbert's best friend, smiled knowingly. "I think we had a very special helper," she whispered. As carols filled the air and families gathered around the glowing tree, Gilbert floated above, feeling warmer than he ever had. He wasn't just a ghost in the night, he was part of the celebration. That evening, whenever someone looked at the shining star, they felt a little extra joy in their hearts. And though no one could see him, Gilbert glowed happily, knowing he had given the town the best gift of all, a Christmas filled with wonder. Gilbert and the Valentine Surprise. February had arrived, and the little town was full of hearts, ribbons, and the smell of chocolate. At school, the children were busy making Valentine cards for their friends and family. Gilbert floated quietly through the classroom, humming softly. He loved Valentine's Day, not because of candy, but because it was all about kindness, something he had plenty of. One girl, Emma, sat sadly at her desk. Her paper heart had torn and she thought she had no more supplies. "I can't give anyone a card now," she whispered. Gilbert tilted his glowing head. "Oh, I can fix that," he said softly. He floated to the supply table, lifted a sheet of red paper and drifted it onto Emma's desk. Her eyes widened. "Where did that come from?" she asked. Smiling, she began to cut a brand new heart. Meanwhile, a shy boy wanted to give a card but was too nervous. His hands trembled and he tucked it away. Gilbert drifted over and gave him a gentle nudge, almost like a hug. The boy took a deep breath and handed the card to his friend. The friend smiled and said, "Thank you." By the end of the day, every child had a Valentine, and every heart felt full. As the children skipped home, Lucy looked around the room and noticed a faint glow by the window. She grinned. Happy Valentine's Day, Gilbert, she whispered. Gilbert's round cheeks glowed brighter than any heart in town. That night, as the stars twinkled above, Gilbert floated peacefully, knowing he had spread love in the gentlest way of all.